Hello and welcome. This is Natasha from Intuitive Living Today, and today I have Angel Therapy Oracle card reading number 1 to do for a client, and we will call her N, her first initial. So today we will be using the Angel Therapy Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Because it's an Angel Oracle deck, it is 100% safe, positive, but it does not lie. But it just gives the truth in a soft way, and sometimes we really have to look deep for the answers, because even though the cards may seem more to the point, there are deeper levels that we will look into if needed. So today we're going to be doing just a simple one-card reading, where basically I just use one card to answer N's question. So N asked, "What part of my life should I focus on right now? I'm pulled in so many directions." So, and what I'm going to do for you is ask that question, and we'll flip over a card and see what answer we get. Now, my readings have sort of a process, and if you heard that, that was a cow next door mooing at about 2 in the morning. So, first what I'm going to do is actually clear the deck, and I'll do that by knocking it with my hand, and it'll basically get out any energy that's left over in the cards from previous readings that I've done. I will then consecrate the cards by holding them over my heart, and you won't really be able to see that though because I'm sitting behind the camera. And there is something that I do say with that as well. Third, I will invoke Archangel Michael's protection during this reading, and then I will go on to ask the question. I'll repeat the question again and start shuffling. Now I do have sort of extensive shuffling method that I've been using for years now, and it can take quite some time because I do some crazy stuff. So I'm going to actually cut that from the video because it's quite long and there's no point watching me shuffle cards for a few minutes. And then after that I will stop and restart the video and choose the card for you, and I will start the interpretation and basically start the reading from there. If you see the lights dim, I'm not sure what's going on in my room, but it is being crazy right now in here. Okay, so first off here, I'm going to clear the deck of any energy that it has in it. This may be a little silly to some of you, but give it a shot. I ask that this reading with these cards be accurate and specific, and bring blessings to everyone involved. Please help me stay centered in my higher self so that I may clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine messages that wish to come through this reading. Archangel Michael, I ask that you stay by my side and watch over me during this oracle card session, ensuring that only God's love and wisdom come through. This reading today is for N, and she would like to focus on a specific question, which is, what part of my life should I focus on right now? And for that, we will be pulling one card to take a look at the answer for her. Okay, so I have finished shuffling, so now we are going to see what the answer to your question is, N. And once again, just to remind you of the question, it is, what part of my life should I focus on right now? Okay, hope there isn't too much of a glare on this. Try to kind of, there we go. Oh, that's a little too close now. I have the cards all in the way. So what this card is, it's called Be Willing to Forgive. And the message on the bottom of the card is, ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So, and what I feel this is actually saying to you is that instead of focusing on, say, something that we would normally consider an area of our life, such as love, family, finances, career, spirituality, religion, things like that, instead of it focusing really on that, it's more just saying that right now what you need to focus on is just to be willing to forgive. Now, it's not exactly that you need to forgive others, but you need to be open to forgiving others. And if you're willing to allow the angels to help you clear away anything, that has to do with this forgiveness, any of this toxic energy, if you are open and allowing the angels to do this for you, then, oh, my door just decided to get a little sucked in there. If you are open to allowing this, then you're going to have a huge weight lifted off your shoulders, okay? And it's going to clear that all away, all of that, unforgiveness that you might be carrying on you right now. It'll clear that all away from your heart and mind. So in this way, you are exchanging pain for peace, and you are really focusing on letting all of this unforgiveness that you may have built up over the years lift off your shoulders, okay? And there's tons of benefits that can come, by doing this, such as peace of mind, renewed energy, and the ability to focus, okay? The ability to focus, and that's kind of what you're wanting to do anyway. And as you even said, you're being pulled in so many directions right now. But I think what the issue is that because you're being pulled in so many directions, okay? I shouldn't say because. I should say you're being pulled in so many directions because you have kind of this, I don't really want to say it's because of unforgiveness, but kind of this built up energy that's holding you back, okay? And forgiving others or a situation or whatever may have happened will allow you to actually focus on one thing at a time, instead of focusing on so many things like you are right now. It's kind of like being the jack of all trades but a master of none, or however that phrase may go. And I really feel like right now what this is saying is that you need to be willing to forgive for whatever may have happened in the past regarding relationships or situation, whether it's a job in the past or the present, that you have to be willing to forgive maybe the employer or your bosses or any situations that may have happened. Whatever it is, the angels are saying that you need to be willing to forgive, okay? I feel like I've repeated this 1,000 times, but I want to make it really clear that you're having such a hard time focusing because it's almost like you're hesitant to focus, if it makes any sense. Kind of like, okay, well, this sounds good, like I should focus on this area of my life, I should focus on this, I should focus on this, but at the same time you're hesitant to focus on any of them. And I feel that it could be something fear-based. Maybe you're afraid to focus on that, and there's likely some sort of reason. So take some time and sit down and think about what it could be that you need to be willing to forgive in those areas of your life. And once you find it, just be willing to forgive. You don't have to actually forgive, but let the angels know that you're willing to forgive that circumstance, okay? And now I actually have the little book here with me, the little guidebook that goes with the deck, because of the action steps. I don't have them all memorized, so I'd like to bring them out. I like to bring out the book and let you know the action steps that you can take at this point. And you can, of course, that's not even the right word. You can change it up a bit to however you need it to suit you at that time. So for this card, we have, in a quiet location or while falling asleep, say the following either out loud or silently. The angels hear your thoughts. Archangel Raphael, I call upon you now. I am willing to forgive, then you can say the name of the person, organization, or situation, and release all stored up anger from my physical, mental, and emotional bodies. I am willing to release pain in exchange for peace. Then breathe in and out deeply, which enables you to be open to Raphael's loving and powerful cleansing process. Repeat this step as necessary if you ever find yourself ruminating about anger or resentment. Okay. So I think more than anything, if this really had to pick... Oh, I'm sorry about that. I have sounds going off my computer. If you really had to pick an area or a part of your life that we would normally consider such as romance, finances, what I said earlier, basically. I guess this would go with probably relationships more than anything. So be willing to forgive in relationships and in any type of situation that may have happened, because that will kind of open up things for you so that you can have that focus to focus on other parts of your life that need your attention. Okay, but you have that blockage right now that you can't focus. That's your blockage. And once you get rid of that, it's clear sailing. You'll be able to focus on whatever it is you feel you need to focus on. But right now, you're kind of feeling blocked. So if anything, I feel this card is kind of saying, work on your relationships with other people. Make sure that you have an honest relationship, that you are being yourself, that you aren't lying, that you are treating others with respect in the way that you want to be treated. If you have any sort of issues with family members or friends that you really need to forgive or at least come to an agreement with or come to terms with, then this card is definitely a sign that you should work on that, because it's something that is pulling you down and that is making you unhappy, and you deserve to be happy. Okay, and I'm going to repeat myself here several times over and over. You need to be willing to forgive. That's what the angels are saying right here. It's a clear message. And once you do that, you will stop being pulled in so many directions. You even told me, I'm pulled in so many directions. And you'll be stopped being pulled in so many directions. You will be able to finally focus on one part of your life at a time. And you aren't going to be questioning it. You'll just know. Okay, now let's take a look here at the shadow card. The shadow card is the card that is at the bottom of the deck. And this card basically shows us, it can show us a lot of things. It can either add to the reading, or it can show us why the question was asked, why the reading was asked, or what the reason behind asking for the reading was, something along those lines. I'm sorry, I can't really think straight in proper grammatical terminology or whatever. It's early. Or, well, technically it's late. See? So this card here is Vacuum Away Fear. And its message is call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this here. You can't see it though, but see, there's a pretty card for you. If you do want scans of the cards, just let me know, and I will definitely send them to you. So what this card is kind of showing me, I feel like it's showing me why you asked for the reading in the first place. It's almost like you're afraid of not being able to have that focus, first of all, and being afraid of not having that area or part of your life to focus on. You may look at others and feel like, oh, well, he's focusing on his career, she's focusing on her family. What area do I need to focus on? What part of my life do I need to focus on? And you may feel like you're the only one not focusing on something. And it's not that. That's not really... I almost feel like, okay, sorry, I'm kind of cutting into my own thoughts. It's almost like you are focusing on not being able to focus on a part of your life. And you don't need to do that. You have this fear built up that everyone else is doing this but you. That's almost the feeling I get. Like, okay, well, I'm kind of missing out because everyone else is focusing and I'm not. And I feel like this card here, being in the shadow position, is showing that, pairing up these two cards together, it seems to show me that you have this fear and you really just kind of need to let it go. You need to stop fearing about picking the wrong part of your life to focus on, or whatever it may be, or you don't need to fear about making mistakes. I personally, I should say, feel that there really aren't things such as mistakes. I feel that everything is put in our path for a reason. Every action we make is for a reason. Blah, blah, blah. It's for a reason. That's my belief. So whatever's happening in your life, it's for a reason. Obstacles are simply challenges that we need to overcome. They're challenges that we need to defeat and conquer and get over them and say, I am so much better. I am that much better because I managed to overcome that challenge. Okay, now let me take a look-see here in this little book to see what the action steps are for this card. I don't have them memorized. Okay, so the action steps for this card, which may help you as well, are to vacuum yourself or another person. Just say, Archangels Michael and Raphael, I call upon you and your healing band of mercy angels to come now with your spiritual vacuum cleaner. Please deposit the vacuum hose through the crown chakra and suction away toxic, fear-based, or entity energy. See and feel the vacuum hose completely cleaning the entire inside of the body, including organs, muscles, and bones from head to toe. Shudders and other physical reactions are a normal and positive sign that the process is working. Continue until the body feels quiet and then say, Thank you, Michael and Raphael, for this healing. Please now fill the body with your diamond bright white light to heal and protect. Okay, so overall, just kind of sum things up for you, N. I feel like this reading is saying that instead of focusing on a part of your life that we would normally consider a part or area of our life, it's saying that you need to instead focus on forgiving past actions, maybe even forgiving yourself. Do you feel that maybe you've done wrong things, made those wrong choices like we saw, and I say we saw even though I'm just kind of talking here, about the fear? Do you fear that you may make wrong choices, like maybe you have in the past or something, and you have that fear of focusing on a specific area or part of your life, and maybe you need to really forgive yourself? Could that be it? Do you maybe resent yourself a little bit for actions that you may have taken? I don't know. Does that make sense to you? Do you feel like you need to forgive yourself? I don't know how I didn't think of that before with this card, but just kind of something that popped into my mind. But I feel like once you forgive, suddenly you're going to have that focus and you're going to be so open to everything around you. And once you have that focus, finally you're going to be able to pick out the parts of your life that you can focus on. And I think that kind of first initially, right off the bat, it's going to be more relationship oriented, of forgiving others. It could be maybe a parent or a relative that you had a falling out with in the past, or a friend. Be willing to forgive them, and even if you would like, offer them the opportunity to be in your life, or to at least make up for whatever may have happened. Okay. Now, if you have any questions or concerns regarding this reading, or if you feel like maybe you have something more specific or that you had something more specific in mind while asking this question and maybe I didn't touch on it, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to clarify the reading for you. I really hope I didn't repeat myself too much. Hopefully it was all necessary and all had some sort of meaning to it for you. But thank you for allowing me to read for you and allowing me to contact your angels and talk to them. It truly has seemed to be a beautiful reading. I still don't know how I didn't think of associating this card with yourself, but I don't know how it took me that long to notice that. But everything happens for a reason. Everything is said for some sort of reason. And I feel that everything that has come up in this reading has been for a reason. So thank you, N, and don't be afraid to contact me if you have any questions.